Listen up, because August 2026 is shaping up to be a massive financial turning point for seniors across America. The government just quietly updated a whole bunch of income limits, eligibility thresholds, and program rules. And the catch? They absolutely did not send you a letter about it. Right now, you might be flying blind into a massive financial shift. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're cutting through the noise and breaking down 5 specific bills you are legally entitled to stop paying. And more importantly, we're going to cover the exact actions you've got to take this August to make it happen.
Okay, let's dive right into this. If there's one unyielding principle you need to understand about how this entire system operates, it's this. If you do not ask, you keep paying. It's really that simple. These companies, they aren't going to call you out of the blue to lower your bills. The government definitely isn't going to tap you on the shoulder to offer up a discount. So we're going to look at the exact steps you need to take to stop these deductions dead in their tracks before they lock you in for another full year.
Now, you might be wondering, why August? Why the rush? Well, because August and September represent your absolute final window of opportunity. Once we roll into October, Medicare open enrollment kicks off. Those heavy winter heating bills start rolling in, and the deadlines that dictate what you pay, or better yet, what you stop paying for the next full year, they close permanently. You literally have to act right now to secure these savings.
All right, let's hit bill number 1, erasing those Medicare Part B premiums.
So every single month, there's this massive deduction taken straight out of your Social Security check before you even see a dime of it. The annual cost of the Part B premium for 2026 has hit $2,434.80. Yeah, that monthly deduction just broke the $200 mark for the very first time in history. It's a tough pill to swallow. But what a lot of folks just don't realize is that Medicare savings programs can actually pay that premium on your behalf, dropping that painful deduction down to essentially zero. Let's break down exactly how you qualify. The most comprehensive tier is called QMB, and it covers Part A, Part B, your deductibles, and your coinsurance, the whole shebang. For 2026, the income limit is $1,350 a month for a single person and $1,824 for couples. And then the SLMB and QI tiers scale up from there. But here is the absolute game changer, a little secret. The standard $20 income disregard. Basically, $20 of your monthly income is just totally ignored. So if you're pulling in $1,370 a month, your countable income is legally exactly $1,350, which drops you right into that top-tier QMB threshold. How great is that? And here is a critical, brand new detail for 2026. 12 states have completely thrown out the asset test for these programs. We're talking Alabama, Arizona, Connecticut, Delaware, D.C., Louisiana, Maine, Mississippi, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Vermont. If you live in one of these 12 states and you got rejected in the past because you had some savings built up, you absolutely need to apply again. Call 1-800-MEDICARE right now this August, because if you wait until October, the enrollment backlog is so huge that your approval might not even come through until 2027. Moving right along to bill number 2, unlocking extra prescription help.
What's totally amazing here is that getting approved for that first bill automatically triggers relief for the second one. And this brilliantly illustrates the power of a program called Extra Help, or the low-income subsidy for Part D. This thing caps your prescription copays at $5.10 for generics and $12.65 for brand name drugs, completely regardless of the retail price of the pharmacy. Just imagine taking 3 brand name meds, paying $60 a month for each. That's $180 total. Under Extra Help, that cost plummets to just $37.95. Guys, that's a savings of over $1,700 a year, and it just arrives automatically. Now, even if your income sits just a bit above those thresholds we just talked about, don't worry, you can still apply for Extra Help directly. The standalone limits for 2026 are $23,475 a year for a single person and $31,725 for a couple. Just head over to ssa.gov/extrahelp or give them a call at 1-800-772-1213. And getting this sorted out in August is absolutely vital. Why? Because when that crazy October open enrollment rush hits, having your Extra Help already approved means you can accurately pick the absolute best Part D plan for your specific medications, locked in at those new discounted rates. All right, bill number 3, beating the energy bill rush. Look, we're right in the dead peak of summer right now. Electricity and air conditioning costs are through the roof, and it's the time of year that really stretches fixed incomes to the absolute breaking point. But there's a program called LEH that hands out direct financial assistance for these energy costs. The income limit sits at roughly $22,590 for a single person. Here's the catch, though. It is strictly first come, first served. Federal funding runs dry fast. However, in most states, seniors aged 60 and older get a priority access window. Apply in August, and you jump ahead of the general public. Give the National Energy Assistance referral line a call at 1-800-342-3720 today. And while you've got them on the phone, definitely ask about summer cooling and the Weatherization Assistance Program that can actually hook you up with free home insulation and system upgrades. Next up, Bill number 4, Fixing Unfair Medicare Surcharges, also known as IMRMA. So if your Part B premium is anything higher than $202.90, you are getting hit with an IRMA surcharge. And the crazy part? It's based on a financial reality that probably doesn't even exist anymore. See, Medicare calculates this surcharge by looking at your tax return from 2 years ago. For a married couple, this extra monthly charge can literally max out at a staggering $10,656 extra per year. But think about it. What if you just retired in 2025? Or what if a spouse passed away? Or maybe you had a one-time property sale that spiked your income in 2024? The government is out here charging you based on ghost income you don't even have anymore, and they're yanking it straight from your Social Security check as we speak. But hey, you do not have to just sit there and accept this. You can actually correct it for free using Form SSA 44. You just outline the life-changing event, like finally retiring or the loss of a spouse, you provide a little proof, and boom, they recalculate your premium based on your actual current income. So the crucial point is this. Call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 right now, this August. If you drag your feet until the October enrollment season, your appeal is going to get stuck in a massive backlog. And every single month you wait is a month of overpayment that you literally cannot recover retroactively. Finally, Bill number 5, Claiming Missing Tax Relief. If you own your home and you're 65 or older, there is an incredibly high chance your county offers an exemption, a freeze, or some kind of deferral to lower your property taxes. But guys, the scale of what is being left on the table here is just unbelievable. According to AARP, 92% of eligible seniors are paying full property taxes simply because nobody ever bothered to explain that these programs existed. No way, right? Meanwhile, home assessments have skyrocketed 30% to 50% over the last 5 years, while Social Security cost of living adjustments were sitting at a measly 2.5%. That gap is absolutely crushing fixed incomes. In most counties, the deadline to apply for this relief hits right between August 1st and October 1st. Just as an example, Texas voters recently approved expanded homestead exemptions. Places like Illinois, New Jersey, and Washington have income-based freeze programs, with their deadlines creeping up in August or September. You really need to call your county assessor this week. The phone number is printed right there on your property tax bill. Ask them point blank exactly what senior exemptions or freezes they offer and what the deadline is. Because if you miss this window, you're on the hook for full taxes for another entire year. So we've covered a ton of ground today, but honestly, it all boils down to setting aside about 20 minutes to make some phone calls this August. Calling 1-800-MEDICARE to wipe out those Part B premiums. Checking your extra help status to slash your drug costs. Calling the Energy Referral Line to get that priority cooling assistance, filing that SSA 44 to stop unfair Medicare surcharges, and finally, calling your county assessor to freeze those property taxes. Always remember, the government is not going to call you to explain these options. The companies, they're definitely not going to call you either. The only way these massive savings actually end up in your pocket is if you take the reins and initiate the conversation. So I'm going to leave you with this. Are you going to let these hidden deadlines just pass you by and keep paying full price, or will you pick up the phone and make those calls today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you, take action right now.